a month on. I'll give you a hint, it's a drug. It's a drug that's ravaging our nation, but more specifically, small communities like our own. That drug is crystal meth. Crystal meth has a major impact on the user, on the community, and on our judicial system. Although you may not have direct contact with the meth user, I guarantee, as daycare providers, you see the effects, especially on like federal resources like ICCP, and then you see the breakdown of families. Meth is devastating families and leaving kids virtually parentless. There are both physical and neurological effects to the use of meth. According to Chris Smith, who is the sheriff of Canyon County, meth is one of the most highly addictive drugs out there. It is so addictive, in fact, the first time a person uses meth, there's 60% chance they'll be addicted. By the second time, it's 92%, and by the third time, they're hooked. Meth has got such an intense initial high. The person is so high, and it plays the dopamine levels in your brain. Well, that can never, ever be repeated. They will never get as high as they got that first time, so they're continually seeking that high, which is unattainable. There's physical effects that the drug does to the body, like severe weight loss, severe muscle loss, dental problems, rotting of your teeth, organ failure, and then there's also sores that the meth user will get. According to the Idaho Meth Project, they have what they call pickers, where they get sores on their body and because they feel like bugs are crawling under their skin, so they'll pick and pick and pick at areas. Another sore that they will get is from the toxic elements that are in meth. Meth is made from poisons, household poisons like rat poisons, drink cleaner, almost any kind of acidic, element that they put into meth. So those toxins need to get out of your body, so the body will produce boils or sores, and then they will fester and they'll open, and they have these open sores. So it's terrible what meth does to your body. But it also affects your brain neurologically. There are many effects. Sleeplessness. It can cause severe manic behavior, paranoia, depression, and it can lead to psychosis. Meth also impacts the community. According to the Idaho Meth Project, within the last 5 years, the use of meth is up as much as 300%. So that not only taxes on all of the resources that are in our community, like the police department, the fire department that have to go out and clean up the meth labs that explode. So it's taxes on all of our resources. And speaking of on the meth labs are really easy to make, and they can be made in cars or in homes or in garages. And it's highly volatile, and they can explode. And then the cleanup is costly, and it takes a long time, and then those toxins get into the ground and into the air. It's just a mess. Also, our judicial system is really taxed by the use of meth. According to the Idaho Meth Project, Idaho spends $60 to $102 million a year to incarcerate and treat meth offenders. The foster care program is also really taxed. 80% of all child net placement by health and welfare is due to the use of meth. So we have these kids, if they're lucky, they get to go to a family member, but if not, they go into the foster care program. The other problem that we're having is these children are being raised by grandparents. So we have grandparents raising young children, and my question is, what's going to happen to this next generation of kids when those grandparents aren't there and the parents that they have can take care of them because of meth? Who's going to raise those children? So as I've just demonstrated, meth not only affects the user, but it really affects the community and our judicial system. Meth is not just a national plague, but a local parasite feeding off of our resources, obliterating families, and straining our already impoverished rehabilitation facilities. In the big picture, the $500,000 that I explained to you earlier about that's being spent every month on meth really is just a small part